Achievements have been around since the dawn of man. Chopping down the first tree, creating fire, being the first to be banned off a Minecraft realm. Or what about in 1969, where spacemen allegedly went to the moon and played golf or 2K? And how can I forget man's greatest achievement? Allowing Rick Sanchez and Morty to play Fallout with logic that one time. Those three incidents are some of mankind's proudest moments in history, and it's those achievements that help satisfy a sense of boredom that everyone experiences in life. The desire to be great, push boundaries, set standards, and challenge yourself with the reward being that dopamine that comes along with saying, yeah, I did just do that. So why on earth did we make playing silly little video games an actual achievement? Like, why is that an achievement? Yes, you sat there with your 4 rolls of fat, looking like a Futurama character. Why is that here? Why is that an achievement? I mean, come on. What are you actually doing with your life? Just come on, get off the sofa, you fat fuck. Achievements in video games have been knocking around as early as the 1990s, with a game called Emotion being credited on a Wikipedia article I stole most of my information from. I can't imagine people would rather play this than go outside and do, sports or whatever, but power to you. But back then, achievements were merely just an in-game thing, something you could earn with no higher up reason than just doing it for yourself. And there's something oddly poetic in that, mastering your art in a specific game to be the best with the sole purpose of overcoming something once difficult, spending as much time finishing a game that you spent your hard-earned money on, or mommy and daddy money. Achievements also don't have to be completely linear either. You don't have to follow a line of code that says this is a challenge and you complete this. A lot of the time those achievements are merely there to keep the player on the game, because once you finish a game that is story based, there is no reason to play the game anymore without the game making up fake tasks on how you yourself should challenge yourself. There's a beauty in creating your own challenges that deviate from what the developer had in mind. Maybe wanting to complete the entire Crash series within a certain time frame, or playing all Dark Souls games with the fucking Wii bongo drums. Different ways of approaching the same game is what makes an achievement so special. And it's in this that we experience gratification from the trials we put our disgusting, dirty, cum-stained controller through. We challenge ourselves so we can feel some sort of dopamine rush from doing the exceptional. The developer does want you to complete Garden of Banban 32 and expects that you will chase all the trophies and defeat the Drip King with the Riz and the Ohio and
This is how you make a grimace.
Oh fuck. But does the developer want you to complete the game blindfolded whilst listening to Mr. Beast videos?
I laid a giant circle.
Minecraft is a great example of a game where it's solely down to the player to create their own fun. Even though the game holds its own achievements in the menu, it's never something that's forced upon you, just a feature which gives players the option to go out and earn it. In Minecraft, you're your own god, wandering the lonely lands searching for a purpose. Many of us first played the game when everything in life was so new to us. So exploring these vast biomes felt so real and exciting. Even just surviving your own night felt like such an accomplishment, all the way up to slaying the Ender Dragon. We gravitate to the satisfaction that comes along with being commended for our efforts, regardless of how little or small they may be. When you were 8, taming your first dog, it really felt like such a monumental moment, spending hours gathering all the bones, taking on skeletons every night, burning through those bones until finally, you did it, your own little companion. And these are only just small glimpses of the things you can achieve in this game. But at the time, these small things just felt so special. In comparison to now where we need carrot on a stick moments, a big reward validating our success. But we don't think about these things in the moment. But as you grow up, you suddenly feel the desire for these achievements to exist, to keep you in check, recognized, and present.
Congratulations, you won!
Microsoft is not just a nickname my girlfriend calls it, but it's in fact a company made by this guy who really likes AIDS. Like, he loves AIDS, and he likes this guy, which, I do love a little bromance. The launch of the Xbox 360 in 2005 brought great innovation.
If I speak, I am in big...
Amazing games, graphics that we'd never seen before, and one of the most important features in gaming, saying rude words on Xbox Live Party Chat. Are you like in a wheelchair? Are you disabled?
I am not disabled.
But Xbox was also the pioneer of the iconic achievement unlocked sound, a sound so synonymous with glory. And come on, listen to it again.
Shut up!
Please give me the gamer score, Microsoft, so I can unlock the £5 Tesco gift card. Having all your achievements in one place, as opposed to each individual game having its own set, gave more merits to the achievement. Being able to show it off and actually mean something to your profile. I think the best way to draw parallels would be how, video games have a release on their respective platform and then eventually roll it out to other video game distributors. For example, I bought the new Far Cry Breaking Bad game on Ubisoft when it came out, and then a year later, I was forced, no, it wasn't a choice. I was forced to buy it again on Steam because I have autism. Okay, it's the same game, but look, it's in a list. I think part of this is the same with achievements. You don't really feel like you've earned it if it's not there for everyone to see, even if people don't necessarily care, and trust me, they don't.
Hey, I'll come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Bring on the...
Fuck off, Hitler.
Sony copied this with PS3 trophies, which I know it might be controversial, but they kind of go a little harder. I mean, platinum. That's got to mean something, right? They couldn't sadly copy Party Chat for some reason, and unironically release this for a microphone. These little trophies acknowledge that hard work you actually put into the game, as opposed to it just being an in-game commendation that nobody could see.
We do not care.
Having a digital reminder on your profile for everyone to see gave it some legitimacy for the hard work you'd put into the game. And it tricked us into believing that no, it wasn't a waste of time. We weren't trapped in the void for the past month. Something was actually there that tracks your efforts, no matter how trivial a little platinum trophy or Xbox Diamond achievement really is. Without this feature, I personally know I would have felt way more unproductive and anxious about the time spent playing video games if there was nothing there to show for it. Like finishing a game and losing your save, with hours tracked and achievements being saved into the cloud for you to see, it gives some illusion of self-worth. A place for everyone to see you putting in your hard work into something as pointless as a video game. In the same way, a major event is somehow spoiled for us unless it's photographed and put up on Instagram, and the reaction to people seeing you at the event and watching it back becomes way more fun than the actual thing you experience itself. When I was a kid, I used to go to the football games, and they become underappreciated when you got home and you try and spot yourself on TV. The grinding for achievement part isn't the most enjoyable part, it's the worst. Playing the game itself becomes a chore and a boring slug of time. It's the looking back on the shiny trophy that holds the most merit to us, a constant reminder on your profile to yourself and everyone who looked at it. Because if nobody saw it, did it really happen? As I touched on before, achievements are so much more than just a notification on your monitor or status on your profile. They delve a lot deeper than what a $60 game has to offer you. One of the fastest growing communities at the moment is the speedrunning community, a group of people who love sweating in their chair and completing video games at the fastest time possible. Some of those people are just, regular guys trying to save, some money by completing the game in 2 hours, and the rest are virgins. Speedrunning is a very commendable act in the online world. Sure, from an outsider it looks like a sad loser with nothing better to do, glitching in a game to get faster times, withering away at the same game and boring themselves to death. But for those involved in the space, it's as respectable as lap times in a race, where every second counts, with precise preparation and skill being used at every moment. And the biggest part of speedrunning is the element of competition, setting records, defending them, and achieving that #1 spot in a game of your choice. I say that, but this is no one's game of choice.
Crap, shit, crap, goddamn fucking shit.
Bazinga!
This isn't just bound to this avenue of gaming, however. Ranked players become increasingly popular over the years, with multiple titles fighting to stay relevant as competitive FPSs. They've always been present in gaming, but it seems even more recently that there's been a huge push towards these types of esports games. Maybe this is down to how poor the single games are actually becoming, with terrible launches, lackluster story development, and awful characters. But this is actually, the actual FPS games that people play, so maybe it's got nothing to do with that. But before all this, we were just kids, playing something new and just enjoying each discovery as it came our way. But as we've gotten older, insecurities begin to form, and a desire to be validated by others takes a large grip on who you once were. The need to be liked by people, better than people, in these fabricated challenges in life. Whether that's a video game, a sport you play, or even just in the workplace. We seek achievements because we're drawn to these feelings. When it comes down to it, we're all cut from the same cloth. Animals with a competitive nature coded into our DNA, to sit in our ivory tower and look above the rest, eating the fruit from the top of the tree, an innate desire to want more. I remember getting the new COD every year and racing our friends to be the first to prestige, and the first to get diamond weapons, with video games now solely becoming a dick size contest.
Big change.
Who's got the biggest? My Pickle Rick back bling, or your LeBron James skin? Why did I write that? What started as a guidance to squeeze as much fun out of a player as possible, started to become a way to show off to other people a skill that was ultimately meaningless. Yeah, okay, I guess you're pretty good at World of Warcraft, but can you give me 10 sets of 6 conversations with women? For many people, these achievements are just a proud moment after climbing the top of the mountain, but not for themselves, so that other people can see them there. And throughout life, we've always had this big red arrow pointing us in one direction, guiding us through the uncertainties that challenge us along the way. And without a trophy validating our successes, or a person, or a leaderboard, or even a friend giving you the title of best Fortnite duo, what were we actually achieving? Life can get pretty boring at times. Your friendships start to dwindle, people once close start to move away, and people can find great escape in spending hours playing video games. These fictional achievements give the player a sense of purpose they've been searching for their entire life. Something to live for, something to do when there isn't anything else left. Repetitive side quests and mini bosses have never felt so much more rewarding when you get that little notification up at the bottom of your screen, finally giving you some sort of congratulations that you didn't know you needed to keep going on.
Gonna crack a rib when I get